How the hell are y'all today, folks? It's beautiful day. On the 22nd of December. Getting ready for Christmas, and there is a lot of people at this mall. But I wanted to just put something out there. I told you this channel would not be your typical just about breast cancer all the time. So I have a few thoughts on some things I've seen in the news, and I'm going to express it. But first, a story. So let's say that you have a beautiful house. You got 3 or 4 acres. It's a beautiful house. I mean, you've got it pristine, great garden, house, dog, kids, in your own little world, in your 4 acres. It is perfect. You invite some friends over to come stay a few days. Them friends stay a week, 2 weeks. They never go home. You let them come there, but they never left. You're getting irritated, but they've been there a while. Then you screw up and then you let them get mail there. And now they're really there. So they invite some friends over, and the friends move in the yard. Friends stay. Well, you just can't up and keep them off because you've waited too long and now they're living in the yard. They invite friends and they come over and they stay. Now you can't get rid of them because you invited them over, the friends in the house, and they invited their friends, and you reluctantly said okay somehow, and all of a sudden now you have a bunch of people living in your yard that you can't get rid of. So what do? Well, you're like, why are these people? And you're providing the groceries, you're providing the lights, electricity, the water, all this. You're taking care of these folks essentially, and they're not doing anything contributing to your own little world, your own little piece of the pie. So now you get to thinking, what can I do? So, well, you get a real good idea. Let me put up some barbed wire fence. That will work. A barbed wire fence around my property, and that will keep everybody out. But the people are still coming in your yard. Their friends are still coming in. They're working, the people that's living in your yard. But they're sending money out somewhere else. The people are still coming in, living in your yard that you can't get rid of, and it just keeps growing. You can't let you provide the fence because you're going to hurt someone, because you get in trouble for hurting someone because they're in your vicinity and it's your fence that hurt them, so then you would be liable, so you can't do that. So how do you keep them out? You get to thinking to yourself, and you and your wife talk, and you figure and you're thinking, as meanwhile, these people are now set up shop, and you really can't get them out of your house. You can't get them out of your yard. You can't get them out of your life. So you have to keep the people that are already there. But you've got to control the fact that more people may be coming. You get this idea. Let me build this big ass wall around my property to keep folks out. And if I want you to come in, you can stop at the front door. We'll discuss it with rules, knowing that you've got to go home when your time is done. If you're contributing nothing to the people that are there and the things that was made and the things that was done. So what do? So what you do is this. You build your big ass wall. You keep people out. You control your own little piece of the pie, your own little piece of heaven. And that way, it becomes more suited to what you like. And you can control things. You can control the people coming into your own piece of your pie and your own piece of your world. And you can control what comes in, and you control what goes out. Now, you can't kick all the people that are out that are already there. You've already let them set up shop. But you can control what's coming in. That's what's going on in the Senate. But what makes it so crazy to me, a lot of you are young and don't remember. Clinton called for a secure border. Obama called for a more secure border. Hillary Clinton had even called for better border security. So why is it so different when Trump calls for the border security? Why? Because they hate Trump. He is not politically correct in no form. He is not a politician. He never has been. And because of that, people don't like him. People call him a racist. Well, he was never racist when you were trying to get him to support your campaign as a Democrat before he went Republican way to try to get the nomination. He wasn't racist when he put a girl up in her room in one of his hotels when her whole family got killed. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But people just don't like him. But that's fine. He wasn't hired to be liked. The man's not even getting paid. The man, I think he's required to take $1 and he donates the rest of it to the charity of his choice. Now, that's my thought. My more thought on Donald Trump is this: he treats too damn much. And it's freaking annoying. A lot of damage he causes himself politically is because that he does not control what he tweets and what he says, because he says too much without thinking about what he says. But he's the type of person that throws stuff against the wall to see what sticks, and whatever sticks is what he works on and works off of to find what angle. And apparently he's always done that way. Well, he paid off some hookers. Every one of them presidents has had a hooker in the closet somewhere. Clinton was fucking in the White House. Hillary knew it. Hillary didn't have anything to say about it. A lot of these presidents have always had hookers in the past. Always had girlfriends. Thing, we've come a long way since the day that a lot of y'all don't remember when Gary Hart was running for president. And no, I'm not just saying this because of the movie. I remember, I lived through it. He was a front runner. He was doing great. Found out he had a hooker. Not a hooker, but a girlfriend. He lied about it. Bam, he was gone. We've changed since then. The other newsworthy event I would like to talk about is this guy, this referee that had this young man cut his hair, cut his dreads because he did not like him having dreads when he was going to wrestle. He told him he had to forfeit the match. What kind of idiotic crap is that? If I was a dude, I'd have forfeited and walked on. But I believe an overall total is like a team thing with wrestling. It's an overall total score, not just an individual match that gives you the win or loss. So he was doing it for the team, I'm assuming. But that's just crazy. Let that boy live how he want to live and stop trying to dictate. And how he was still calling matches if he'd made racial comments before in the past is freaking beyond anything that I can imagine. How he still had his job. That's just some thoughts. It's not going to be politically correct with everybody. Everybody's not going to agree with me. That's fine. Just be respectful. Whatever comments you leave, I'll get back to you. This channel changes today. It just will not always be about my wife's cancer. We're supposed to start chemo in the next week. So y'all have a good day and Merry Christmas.